right, Malik Lampkin. Probation, are you ready on this one? Hello. How are you doing today?
I'm all right.
All right, today is the day I believe I consider removal of GPS.
Yes, Judge.
All right, how has he been doing?
Judge, there's no concerns on this at this point. With his probation, he's been doing exactly what he needs to do, reporting as needed. His drug tests have been fine. We don't have any concerns. I did briefly speak with Mr. Lampkin and his grandfather, who is here and who's always been here. And both of them say that he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's still seeing the people at Center for Healthcare Services. He's on his meds. And at this point, they have no concerns.
All right, and if his grandfather can come up. Hello. All right, thank you so much for being a support system for him. How's everything going?
Pretty good. I had to get a little, yeah, I'm ex-military, so we shot all these weapons through my ears.
Ah, okay. Oh, I am too, but it's just allergies for me.
Oh, that's nice.
So how's he doing?
I'm pretty good. We're making sure that he goes to the Center for Health Services on time for the probation guy. Taking his meds and just really, staying around and working with him and everything. So he's doing very well.
All right, is there anything you need from the court for him?
No, Your Honor, except he says he wants the lotto numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we all do.
Yeah, but other than that, no, Your Honor, he's doing very well.
All right, and are you okay with the removal of the GPS?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, and he's been going to a lot of, his mother is an evangelist.
Mhm.
He's been doing, going to, seeing a lot of people get baptized and things like that. So he's really turned himself over to, to Jesus. So
Amen.
that's really helped him.
Okay.
He's turning being a new Christian. He's born again, he says.
And are they just baptizing in an indoor pool?
Mhm.
I would always tease my brother because I ended up getting baptized in the creek. I'm like, you just been in a pool. I was in a creek, so I know. All right, thank you so much, and thanks for being there for him. If there's anything that comes up that you need help with something with him, just let probation know or come back to the court, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Good thing.
Judge, I did ask Mr. Lampkin if he was working or anything like that, and he said he's not doing that at this time, that he is in the process of applying for his SSI.
Okay. All right, make sure you apply for that and stay on top of that, okay?
Oh.
All right, is there anything you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
All right, so I'm gonna lift the GPS, but don't get wild with the GPS, like, oh, I'm free. All right, still slowly work your way back into society, okay? So you can, if I were you, even though you're not gonna be on GPS and there's not gonna be a curfew for you, I would still keep up with the curfew and just slowly extend it. And remember, nothing good happens after 12 a.m. You understand?
Yes.
All right, so I'll order removal of GPS.
Judge.
All right, anything else you need from the court? All right, if something comes up and you need some help with something, call your probation officer. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court, all right? All right, thanks for dressing appropriately for court. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Your Honor. She did report to drug court and they rejected her because she didn't qualify.
The airman.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 3190, State of Texas versus Jennifer Nicole Humphreys. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense?
Peter Calderola from Ms. Humphries, Your Honor.
Are you Ms. Humphrey?
Yes, ma'am.
You entered a plea on May 13th of no contest. According to the plea bargaining agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. And they're asking that your community service supervision, duty for a total of 3 years. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client, counsel?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jennifer Humphries.
You're gonna need to speak up.
Jennifer Nicole Humphries.
All right. And I'm sorry, just a moment, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor.
Listed on this is your law.
That is correct, Judge.
All right, are you standing in for her?
I am standing in for it. I'm sorry I didn't make that announcement.
Ms. Humphries, do you have any objection to this attorney standing in?
No, I do not.
All right, so Ms. Humphries, the reason why you're in custody is that you didn't report for your TAP evaluation and PSI. Why didn't you report?
I had to work that day and I wasn't able to reschedule my my appointment with the medical records.
For what?
For medical records, because it's by appointment only with the clinics and I have to
All
retreat.
right, so your number one thing was to report. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, so what do you do for a living?
I work for Ashton Carter. I retrieve medical records by appointment only. And
Judge, and I have some of her pay stubs here if the court would like to see
All right,
them.
no, just give me a moment. So specifically, what do you do in this medical field?
I retrieve medical records and I have to upload them for certain insurances and stuff like that.
All right, so you're trailing off. You need to speak up so the court reporter can hear, and more importantly, so that I can hear, because I'm making the decision on whether or not I'm following this plea. And if I cannot hear you, guess what? I end up making assumptions, and I don't want to make assumptions. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you say you retrieve medical records,
Yes.
and this location you working at, do they have medications there?
Do you have medications? No.
All right,
Well, I work in the medical records department at different facilities.
Alright.
So, yeah,
and do they know about your history?
yes, they do. But see, I work for Ashton Carter and Ashton Carter sets me up with appointments for different clinics, but I'm not in the medical part. It's in the back office part where there's no medications or anything like that. It's just like an office setting.
So is he aware of your criminal history and that you have this possession case?
I'm not sure if they know about this possession case, my
Well, I
recent
mean-
one, because they haven't run a background check on me recently, but
So did you
I've
tell
been there
them?
for a
That will
while.
be a no, correct?
no, I have not told them.
All right,
my
so you need to
reason.
tell them.
I will definitely tell them. Let them know.
Do you have any children?
I do.
What are their ages
16, 15, and 13.
and where are they now?
Right now, they're at home.
Who's at home with them?
Daniel Nishihara, who I live with.
Sorry, who?
Daniel, my friend Daniel.
Who is your friend Daniel?
He's my friend. I don't know. He's just a friend.
And I'm sorry, give me your ages of your children again.
16, 15, and 13.
All
My
right,
13-year-old is at my grandma's house. She lives with my grandma.
She lives with your grandmother.
Yeah.
15-year-old, is that a girl or a boy?
He's a boy.
16-year-old, girl or boy?
He's a boy.
All right, why is your 13-year-old living with your grandmother or her
Um,
grandmother?
Because she decides to live over there. She prefers to live with my grandma.
And how long have you known this Daniel person?
Since what, 18 years probably, since before my oldest was born.
Does he know about your drug use?
He knows that I got in trouble with this charge, yes.
So my question is, does he know about your drug use?
He knows I had a drug problem before, yes.
And does he know specifically about this charge?
Yes.
And does he use?
No, he does not.
And is Child Protective Services involved?
They have an investigation for a retaliation thing, but it had nothing to do with this charge.
What is the retaliation about?
My friend's boyfriend decided to call CPS on me out of retaliation just to get us away from him. It's a long story, but
Oh, what did they allege when they called CPS?
that I left my kids alone at his house and I was supposed to return when I got my income tax or something like that. But it was not true. He just wanted us to get away from his boyfriend, so because he had just gotten out of jail and we were there helping him. And yeah, he was just abusive, so he wanted me out of the way
All right, so he was abusive?
towards his boyfriend, and I was there helping him while he was in jail, so we were there helping him and he did that.
And you allowed your children around that person?
No, he was in jail, so we don't talk to them anymore at all, but
All right, anything else?
Your Honor, and you know, I did speak to Ms. Humphrey, and she relayed to me that, she did try to contact probation to, you know, get that PSI cleared up before this warrant was issued, but she just had the issue with her work, where the appointment was made, and so she contacted, and I know the court, is not concerned about the PSI at this time, but,
Well, no, she had a choice to make. Her choice was either do her PSI, which would result in this court following this agreement or not, and she chose not to. That's where we are.
understood, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else you wish to say on her behalf?
Nothing else, Judge.
Anything else from the state?
No.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to an $800 fine. That will be probated. 4 years deferred adjudication. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And probation, she is not allowed to work in the medical field unless they are aware of this charge. So you need to have them write a letter with the contact person at your work saying that they're aware that you're charged with this possession less than a gram case, and they still want you to work for them. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. And Ms. Abrams, even with that letter, she's still not allowed to work around medications. She's not allowed to be a home healthcare provider, and she's not allowed to have employment involving children. I'm going to do the UA hotline until further notice. Probation will do a TAP evaluation, and that'll be done out of custody. If she missed that TAP appointment, file a motion to revoke and follow TAP recommendations. If TAP requests inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. There's going to be 120 sober meetings and 120 days. Take in consideration 2024 CR 3189. 120 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
I graduated.
All right, so what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life, employment wise?
I was in the medical field, for medical assisting, and I wanted to open up my own billing company, doing medical billing and coding,
Mhm.
but I don't know if that's an option anymore.
It doesn't appear to be. Let me explain something to you. You're on probation for a drug case where you obviously have an issue with drug use. So you're not allowed to be in a medical field where you dispense medication, work around anyone who has to take medication. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, 120 hours community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once she completes parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There should be CPS compliance. Bill visits. One time per month. Until in treatment. And probation, whatever the TAP recommendations recommend, we are going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
Okay.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful on this probation?
Mhm.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal? With your attorney, did you understand it? because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, and I'll ask that the warrant be recalled.
Sorry, just for clarification on the record. It's for 4 years stay, not 3 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, you'll take a seat in the box.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.